Let's fucking go. I've got one simple question for y'all. One. And that is, do y'all think Derrick Henry against the Bengals, Kareem Hunt against the Raiders, and then your choice of Dalvin Cook against the Packers, James Conner against the Ravens, we probably ain't going to go there, but Jonathan Taylor against the weak-ass run defense of the Lions. One question, do you think those three people combined, we're going to go with Kareem Hunt, we're going to go with Derrick Henry, and we're going to go with Dalvin Cook, can combine? You can even go with Jamal Williams. I don't give a shit. Everybody's scoring tugs. It's fucking tug week out here. It's Halloween weekend, which means it's tug week. Everybody's getting freaky. Everybody's getting into the end zone. If you think they're going to combine those three guys for 3 total touchdowns this weekend, then go to monkeyknifefight.com. Go play the touchdown dance. You go new game. First, you got to sign up, obviously. When you throw down any amount of money using the promo code BDGE, you deposit 10, use BDGE. It's going to double your deposit amount. You throw down 10, you're going to get 20. Then you're going to go to new game. You're going to go to football up here. You're going to go star shootout. You're going to go touchdown dance. And then you're going to pick any 3 players you want to combine for 3 touchdowns, and you're going to 1.5x your money. Okay? monkeyknifefight.com, promo code BDGE. Let's talk fantasy. Let me welcome you, Bike, properly. Welcome, Bike, to the channel. Welcome, Bike, to the headquarters. What's cracking? All that shit. If so facto, inverse, this way, that way, behind me. My name is Nicholas. This is BDGE. Big Dogs Gotta Eat Fantasy Football. I'm actually kind of pumped up to be here today. I'm not really pumped to be alive, but since we got to be alive, I'm happy to be here with y'all. I'm hoping the microphone is working. I'm hoping I'm alive right now. I think everything's working. No, George, I'm not right now. This is Q&A Saturday. Q&A Saturday for my Patreons that support me. Patreon.com/BDGE. Those of y'all that are Patreon members get to hop in the live chat with me every Saturday and ask me any of y'all's questions. In the offseason, we're already thinking about the offseason. Obviously, we're always trying to diversify the revenue. We're still going to be doing this. It's going to be a year-round thing, except during the offseason, I'm going to bring Mr. FB God at Noah at FB God, and Michael on here to talk Dynasty in the offseason. So any Dynasty questions y'all got, you can join. But today we are talking Week 8. Week 8 sit starts, Q&As, etc., etc., etc. All right. Is there a pumpkin beer shortage in NY 2? I don't know if there's a shortage, but like we do, there's liquor and beer delivery here. So like you can kind of get whatever you want, but it's so expensive, so I don't really do it. And every time I go to one of the stores to get pumpkin beer, they have a terrible selection, or it's just like the same 1 or 2 brand. It's that fucking bullshit Dunkin' pumpkin beer stuff. It's nonsense. What's good? Hello, everybody. Hello, Caleb, Mike, Kevin Cruz, Chobby Hobby, Koenig, Ryan Harris, was good. Brandon Case, Cesar Jimenez, Mike Kellinoe. Okay. Anyone that threw a question like way before this thing fucking started, you're probably going to have to ask it again because I don't feel like scrolling back up. And George, I don't know, you said that shirt's kind of tight, Nick. I don't know if you're being sarcastic because it's very loose, or you're saying you fuck with the shirt because it's fucking beautiful, because it is. There's a company called Only NY. ONLY-NY. Only NY. It's a dope little small company. They're not that small anymore, but they do amazing clothing. And they have a little pop-up shop in like Soho that if you want to spend $92 per t-shirt, you can go down there and get it. That's what I did. I just spent like $1,000 on 4 t-shirts. Just to let everyone know how fucking cool I am. Okay. Before we get into the actual sit starts, I know we've been live for like 7 minutes. I haven't got into fucking anything useful yet. For those of y'all that have not been following the week closely, this is a very, very bad week for weather. Terrible week for weather for a lot of these games. So what I did in the live chat, I linked a resource. So Roto Grinders has a dude who's like specifically tethered to the weather. He's tethered to the weathered. What he does, he has an article that he updates as the weekend goes by on what the weather's going to be for these games and the impact it should have on the games. So I pinned it in the live chat. So you can go click on that link. And for those of y'all that are watching on YouTube afterwards, I will link it in the description as well as the pinned comment for the pinned fucking comments. All right, let's get some Q&As. Not tight in size. Okay, cool. Love the work you guys all do. Would you start Boston Scott or T. Higgins and Burrow or Lamar Jackson? Love that. Starting off with the heavy hitters. Okay, so first off, make sure, guys, when you ask the questions, make sure you drop, any relevant information. So if it's PPR versus half PPR versus standard versus fucking 0.73 per carry versus fucking per first down, just any of the per firsts, fucking throw them in there. Redraft versus dynasty, all that stuff. I'm on one today. I can feel it. I'm fucking on one today. So Boston Scott or T. Higgins. My take, I'm probably likely going to go with the running back. I'm going to go with Boston Scott there. I just really like having a floor of a guy who is going to put up like top 15 numbers. And I think there's like 2 touchdown upside with a guy like Boston Scott. If he's going to get most of the work down by the goal line, receiving work, etc. And then T. Higgins against the Titans, like they're definitely not a pass defense that you need to necessarily worry about. But we saw it last week where they stuck Malcolm Butler shadowing who the fuck did they play? Malcolm Butler shadowed Chase Claypool. So downfield, they didn't let any of those things happen. There's a possibility that, they shadowed the rookie once. Maybe they shadowed T. Higgins as a rookie. Malcolm Butler is not necessarily a great cornerback either at this point, but there's a chance that this could just be like an A.J. Green, Tyler Boyd game and not necessarily Higgins. So I like the floor of Boston Scott there. And then what'd you say, Lamar or Joey Burrow? That's close. I think coming off the bye, I'm gonna go with Lamar. I think it's gonna be sloppy, and they're probably gonna have a lot of trouble running the ball. But I think I'm gonna go with Lamar. I think they're gonna get a lot of pressure. Their yards per carry is probably gonna be like 2.4. But when Lamar gets pressured, man, like no one can roll out and I can imagine him going for like 60 or 70 on the ground and a touchdown there. So I'm gonna go with Lamar actually. Half PPR. Brandon Case asks, I need 2. Swift, Fournette, Deante Johnson. Okay, so do we have a status update on Deante Johnson? I know the ankle's been kind of fucked up with him so far, and I'm kind of worried that I know he came back into the game afterwards, but I'm worried that this is one of those instances where like he swelled it up in the game and then kind of played through it with adrenaline and then it's worse the next day or the next couple of days. So Deontay Johnson is going to play. I hate the matchup. Baltimore Ravens secondary is just very, very good. So I will start Swift, and I kind of like Fournette too, man. I think I'm going to go with the 2 running backs there, Brandon. I don't have a lot of confidence that Deontay Johnson is going to play the whole game or be effective on that ankle. Pick 4, full PPR, Jadig. We got Gaskin, Montgomery, Bell, Hasty, Fournette. Oof, that's a good one. Okay, so if you go by my rankings, I think the guy I'm probably sitting here is Hasty. I'll probably sit Hasty, especially if Tevin Coleman is back this week, which I believe he's been activated. Let me see if we have any like real new updates on it. Let's see. Questionable is Tevin Coleman. Can't they just fucking tell us if they're playing or not? It's so hard to, like, there's just so much to keep track of in these games right now. It's all the fucking nonsense. Tired legs, great to know. It sounds like Kevin Coleman will play. All right, Tevin Coleman probably going to play. I do like JaMychal Hasty, but I feel like they're going to make sure that Le'Veon Bell gets into the end zone. Fournette's the pass catcher there. So you're definitely playing Gaskin. I'm almost definitely playing Fournette in a full PPR league. So if you need upside, I like Hasty. If you need a floor, I'd go Montgomery there. Otherwise, I'd sit one or the other. Daniel, got a question for you. Half PPR, need to start 1 tight end, Gronk or Andrews. Who are you most confident in? Also, should I drop Rojo for Edmonds? Oh, how is Edmonds still on the fucking wire? I would like to keep Rojo, but like if that means getting Edmonds, yeah. There's not a lot of dudes I wouldn't drop to get Chase Edmonds right now. Gronk or Andrews? Is that the question? Yeah, Gronk or Andrews. it's hard not to play Mark Andrews at this point. But the Buccaneers are playing. Who the Bucks got? They got the Giants. They don't get Antonio Brown back this week. I mean, I have Andrews ranked higher, so they're kind of like back to back for me. I'd probably stick Andrews. I have Andrews at tight end 4. I have Gronk at tight end 5, but it's kind of a coin flip there for you. So anytime I have guys like ranked right next to each other, I'm not gonna be able to fucking tell you who's gonna perform better. To be honest, I'm just being honest. What else we got? I'm rebuilding in my 2 keepers league, standard 10 team. I'm offered Zeke for Taylor. So who would you prefer to start next year with, Zeke or Taylor? Oh, definitely keep Taylor in a keeper league. Scotty Miller or where the fuck did I just miss this? Just skipped like 50 questions. Holy shit. I don't know where I was. Sam Van Cleve, Scotty Miller, Jimmy Graham, half PPR, tight end, premium dynasty. Oh, a little premium action. Premium, I actually kind of like Jimmy Graham. The Saints are kind of very shitty against tight ends, especially in a tight end premium. Yeah, give me Jimmy. Zach, full PPR, start 2. Allen Robinson, who's cleared to play now, Jarvis Landry, or Mike Evans. Man, I don't think I could tell you to sit Mike Evans right now because Chris Godwin's out. But I kind of want to, but no, I'm not. I'm going to be honest, man. I think I might sit Allen Robinson there in a full PPR. I don't love the matchup with the Saints and Marshawn Lattimore. I do like Jarvis Landry a lot this week without OBJ. I already have Boston Scott, Davis, and Kamara. Was going to drop Rojo for Edmonds. Do you like the move? Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm fine with it. I think Chase Edmonds legit has like top 5 to 7 fantasy running back upside for the next month. I can't believe he's still available in your league. Did the Eagles realize how much chaos they've caused to decent fantasy players by activating Goddard before their bye? Yeah, they're a big cunt move by them. Nick is hyped. Love to see it. Got to get energized for the second half of the season. I was just thinking about that. We're fucking halfway through the season. That's insane. That's crazy. We've been fucking plotting. We've been making moves. I opened up a fucking business bank account this weekend for the first time ever, and then I got denied for a credit card, for a business credit card, when I already have the exact same fucking... You know what I did? Like, when I first left my actual, like, corporate job, and I started doing freelance work, like, I was doing the fantasy content on the side, obviously, but I was doing marketing to, like, make money. I wasn't making any money through fantasy, so I was doing freelance marketing, the shit that I learned from my actual job. And I hadn't incorporated a business. We weren't an LLC yet or anything like that. And I kind of just called myself BDGE Media, right? Like a media marketing company, whatever. So I got a few business credit cards, and they say BDGE Media on them, even though I didn't have a registered company. So it's kind of like dumb. They're pretty much my personal credit cards because, like, rather than an EIN, which is like a social security number for your business, kind of, I have those business credit cards under my social security number, even though they like pretend to be a business when they're not one. So I went to get one for BDGE is now an LLC. And then I went to apply for this credit card, the business credit card, and then they fucking rejected me because they said the business is too new. I'm like, my credit score is 847. I'm like, isn't that fucking astronomical? Isn't that like, shouldn't that be a fucking auto accept? That should be an auto accept. Fucking kidding me? 847? I'm like the goddamn Pete Rose of credit scores. Anyways, yeah, I opened a bank account. We're finally getting our taxes and money in order. We're about to transfer into an S corp to save on some taxes. None of y'all give a fuck what I'm talking about right now. I'm sorry. PPR, Robert Woods or Jalen Rhaegar? Probably overthinking this with the matchup. Yeah, Rhaegar's a guy that I kind of want to see do it before I get him into my lineup. Ryan D, you have the same question. I'm also going to go with David Montgomery over Rhaegar. Traded Boyd for Lamb last week and feels very bad right now. Yes, you should kind of feel bad about that. Start DJ Dallas, Lamb, or Gus this week, half PPR. Depending on what happens with the Seattle backfield, obviously. If DJ is the only running back there, you're going with DJ, right? If Hyde Carson, Homer, which I actually do expect all three of them to be inactive, I would start DJ. If one or two of them is active, if one of the other, if Travis Homer is the only one active, I would go DJ still. But if one of the other guys, Carson or Hyde, are active, I would sit DJ and I would start Gus. Chubby Hobby, PPR. I have CEH, James Robinson, Edmonds, Swift, Miles Sanders. Who are the players you would trade, and what are some trade targets? Well, if I had to rank those guys rest of season, I would say James Robinson, Miles Sanders, Chase Edmonds, Deandre Swift, CEH. So Swift is going to be tough to trade right now unless he comes off a big game. So if you want to trade Swift, wait for him to have an explosion game. CEH, I think this is another like trade high situation maybe after the Jets. Like him and Bell both should get work, but he should put up a pretty good stat line. So like you might be able to make the case that like, oh, he's still like the clear number one if he has a big statistical game this weekend. So I would definitely keep James Robinson, definitely keep Chase Edmonds, and Miles Sanders after the bye. If you want to get rid of Miles Sanders because he's fucking still hurt and he's going to have his bye week next week, like I can understand it, but I think like those three as a combo going forward the rest of the season are fucking killer. And then, I mean, trade targets, it really depends on what position you're looking for. Melvin Gordon or A-Rob this week at flex full PPR. Is Lindsey's ruled out? Do we have that information? I can't keep track of this shit. Big day for running back Philip Lindsay and getting through concussion protocol. Looks good in position drills. So we don't know. I'm probably going to go with Melvin regardless, to be honest. How do you feel about Josh Allen and Allen Robinson rest of the season? I think they're both similar. I think they're both like going to give you a lot of inconsistency going forward. I still look at Josh Allen as a low QB1. He just performs way better when he has John Brown on the field with him. I think he'll be fine going forward. Top 10 quarterback. Allen Robinson, I'm a little more nervous about him. He'll have his days where like you'll just get reminded that he's fucking Allen Robinson. You know, he'll have his like 8 for 125 and a touchdown. And they'll be like, yes, like Allen Robinson's legit. And then the next week he'll catch 4 of his 9 targets because Nick Foles and Mr. Trubisky fucking stink. So Allen Robinson I look at as more of like a high-end wide receiver 2 because of the inconsistency, but he'll have just as many like high-end wide receiver 1 games as regular wide receiver 1s. Those other guys just have a lot more floor. Half PPR. I just activated Jalen Rhaegar off IR. Would you start him over Bobby Trees? Kind of worried about Miami secondary. Yeah, listen, guys. Personally, like I grabbed Jalen Rhaegar in a few of my leagues because I want to see what happens here. But I'm not expecting. Again, he's going to be someone I want to see do it first, especially do it with. That just blew my fucking mind. Do it with. You ever like say some shit and you say it over and over and over and over again, and then like the word doesn't make sense anymore, or like what you're saying makes no fucking sense anymore? That's what just happened. And Jalen Rhaegar is someone I want to see do it with Travis Fulgham on the field now too. Like there's no guarantee that Rhaegar comes back right now over the next couple of weeks and he's the one. Like I do believe he's the most talented, but him and Fulgham and Wentz have a real clear fucking chemistry there. So I'm going Bobby Trees over Rhaegar. Skirt. Full PPR. If Carson is ruled out, do you start DJ Dallas over Wayne Gallman? Yes, I do, Dre. I'm going to pick up Edmonds for Rojo and then pick up Scott for Sanders next week. Pick 4, 1 PPR. I think I answered your question already, Jadig. Would you play Carson if he plays over either Hasty or Greg Ward? I would be fucking shocked if Carson plays. I would be really, really, really surprised if he plays. I would not play him over Hasty. I would play Hasty over Carson if he's active. Greg Ward gets a little bit tougher. Listen, I think I'm just staying away from Carson if he's active. Omar, what's up? Howdy. This is a tough one. Should I start Carson Dallas or Gus the Bus as my flex? Have a bunch of buy-in injuries. Yeah, so same thing I said before. I'm not going to start Carson, but if they're all inactive, I would go Dallas over Gus. If not, Gus over Dallas. Allen Robinson is cleared to play. Should I start Golladay over Robinson? Yeah, I would start Golladay. I need 2. Bobby Trees, T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson starting, but I can't get over the 15 targets Johnson got last week. Sitting Cooper due to not sure what's going to happen with the quarterback. Yeah, man. Let me pull up some shit. Let me go over the weather too. I should have just done that from the fucking start. I'm an idiot. So these games are probably going to be affected by the passing. So we have New England and Buffalo. It's supposed to be at least 20-mile-per-hour winds, wet, scattered showers throughout the day. So that's going to be bad for the passing game. The Raiders at Cleveland, sustained winds between 25 and 30 miles an hour with gusts likely around 45. We'll likely see the winds tapering off late into the game. Deep passes are a no-go. Intermediate passes could be a problem as well. You have Pitt at Baltimore, likely wet, 10 to 15 miles an hour winds, closer to 15, stronger gusts. Minnesota at Green Bay, I think we see winds around 25 miles per hour sustained and gusts close to 40 miles per hour with winds gradually winding down in the second half. So, in terms of the ones that this guy's really worried about, we have New England at Buffalo, we have Las Vegas at Cleveland, and Minnesota at Green Bay. And then in orange is like the kind of worried, but maybe not as worried. We got Tennessee at Cincinnati, Pittsburgh at Baltimore, New Orleans at Chicago. So any of those passing games, if you are looking to play a deep threat, you might want to reconsider. So a guy like Deante Johnson, who necessarily didn't, he's not making his money off of deep shots down the field, especially not last game. He saw a lot of line of scrimmage type shit. Just something to kind of keep an eye on there or consider in your sit starts. Again, the link for that article is in the top of the live chat right now, and I will put it in the description too. Sorry, I'm pulling up the wide receiver cornerback spreadsheet on PFF to look at what they got with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. So Deontay Johnson is going against Jimmy Smith. Was Jimmy Smith ruled out? Or is that someone else? I feel like I remember seeing something about one of the cornerbacks for the Ravens. Marcus Peters. I guess we're fine. I don't think I'm lying. I feel like I remember seeing something about Jimmy Smith. Yeah, I guess I'm lying. Okay. Well, that's a very tough matchup. Jimmy Smith, pretty fucking good at football. Pretty good at coverage. We've got Marcus Peters on Chase Claypool and Marlon Humphrey on Juju, so he's got the worst matchup. Yeah, listen, I'm probably going to drop Deontay a little bit in my. I think I already have him pretty far down in my rankings. Oh boy, I missed a lot, huh? He's in a clown league that has Sanders available the rest of the season. Half PPR, super flex, running back. Miles, any trade recommendations? Oh boy. Mike Kellanoe, this is your question. Sanders, Jacobs, Henry, and Chase. It's a good running back core. Tight end Jonnu and Tanyan, quarterback Daniel and Carr. Any trade? Yeah, I mean, you clearly need a wide receiver here. See if you could flip Jacobs after hopefully a big game versus Cleveland. I expect them to keep it very ground heavy considering the weather. So maybe you can flip Jacobs for like a high end, or not, maybe not a high end, but like a solid wide receiver one. One more cue from Brandon. In season long, would you trade DeAndre Swift for Edmonds? Yeah, I think I would take Edmonds rest of season. So trade talk, sitting 5-2 and feeling good. Full PPR. You said go for Fournette or Taylor. Got Swift, Bobby Trees, Jacobs, Tanyan, Jared Cook, and Jonnu available for trade. Anything makes sense to try to move. I mean, I would take Swift over Fournette rest of season. Jonathan Taylor, I feel like you're probably going to miss your buy window because he's about to fucking blow up right now. I would actually probably move Jacobs for Taylor straight up rest of season. I don't really know. Like, I don't think you're going to get anything available in like Tanyan versus Jared Cook. I don't think either of those guys really has trade value. You don't really have much to work with. I mean, maybe you could package Swift and Bobby Trees for Taylor. I doubt they'll accept that, though. I know you are a busy man, Mr. Godfather, but do you ever scroll through the questions on Patreon? I know Noah does. Just curious if Snacks Animal, the Godfather himself does. No, so on Patreon, well, we tell everybody to we try to centralize all the questions we get because we're on so many fucking platforms. So we try to tell everybody that are on. I mean, so this is the reason that we started the Discord channel. It's the reason that we started the Discord group was so that like everything could be centralized and you guys could fuck with each other within the Discord channel. So that, I mean, one of the perks of joining Patreon is the fact that you get access to Discord. So we're like, if you're in it, just join Discord, and then makes it a lot easier for everyone to be there together. Noah's just a fucking workhorse, though, thoroughbred. He'll answer questions in Discord and Patreon, fucking email, Twitter. He did put out a cryptic-ass tweet yesterday. It's making me nervous, and I texted him, and he hasn't answered me. I'm kind of scared. Okay. What else we got? Melvin Gordon or Boston Scott and Standard need the most upside after Mike Davis's performance. I'd probably go Boston Scott, especially if Philip Lindsay's going to be bike. Gross one, Jalen Rhaegar or Cam Akers, half PPR. Oh my God, Nick. Jalen Rhaegar or Cam Akers. I almost feel like you have to go Jalen Rhaegar. Cam Akers is getting like one snap a game. He's not playable whatsoever right now. Higgins or Dallas, flex PPR. Yeah, I'm going to go with Higgins there. No idea what kind of like snap count Goddard's going to be on. Caleb, who do you like more the rest of the year in a full PPR? CEH or Josh Jacobs? Let me look at the schedule for Jacobs. I feel like his schedule gets way easier going the rest of the season. I still think Bell's going to start eating more and more into it. Browns, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Falcons, Jets, Colts, Chargers, Dolphins. It's not a bad schedule. That's really close. I think I would probably take Jacobs, to be honest. I need 2 flex full PPR. Higgins, Deante Johnson, Fulgham, Gaskin, Boyd. Also, if any of y'all are out there watching right now, the way to get into this live stream is via Patreon. Patreon.com/BDGE. You will also get the weekly rankings. So you don't even have to fucking ask me questions. You want to know who I would rank higher and have PPR for the week? Right there. Rankings. Patreon.com/BoydDoy. I need 2 flex full PPR. Higgins, Deante Johnson, Fulgham, Gaskin, Boyd. I'm going to go with Gaskin and Boyd. Give me the running bike and give me the slot wide receiver. Corey Davis or Hasty, half PPR. Ooh, good question. I'm going to go with Hasty there. I actually really like Hasty this week. I think I need to move him up my rankings a little bit. What do you think of Zeke's production going forward as a byproduct of Dalton's mediocrity and DiNucci's inability to play the quarterback position? What a well-worded. I felt smart as hell reading that off. Thank you. Thank you, Casey Mulholland. Casey Mulholland. That's a badass last name, too. Isn't that a movie, Mulholland Drive? Or is that just isn't that a really popular street in L.A.? Or is the movie Memento taking place on Mulholland Drive? No, Mulholland Drive is definitely a fucking movie. Yeah, I'm very nervous about Zeke's production going forward. If Dalton can get back under center, like Zeke will still be a low-end RB1 just based on volume and shit, but they need that offensive line to get healthy. If DiNucci is the quarterback there for more than just this week, there's going to be problems. Bat on slugger. Skirt. Rest of season, Edmonds or Jacobs. It's crazy that that's even close, but I would take Jacobs. Where do you put Robinson in your rankings now that he has cleared full PPR? I think I actually updated the rankings with. I think I put Robinson in there. So I think he is my wide receiver. Where the fuck did I put him? Oh, did I not? Wait. I will be putting him at wide receiver 14. So I have Thielen at 9, who I'm actually going to throw Lockett above him. So I've Lockett at 9, Thielen at 10 because not only is the weather shitty, but he's getting Jair Alexander probably. Mike Evans at 11. I think I'm going to put Mike Evans above Thielen too. And then DJ Moore was 12, unfortunately. Kenny Golladay 13, and then Robinson at 14. Can y'all feel that? You skipped me, man. I'm sorry, bro. Nothing personal. It's not business. It's just personal. 2 quarterback leagues. Who do I sit? Baker or Breeze? Let me look at these matchups. So we've got Baker against LV, which is a good matchup on paper, but you have to question whether or not they're going to throw the ball more than like 11 times. Plus, the weather there is going to be really, really shitty. Then you got the Saints on the road against the Bears. The weather there is going to be really shitty too. Oh, man. We've got a bunch of shitty-ass weather. But, you know, Breeze is like the check-down king. They're without all their weapons. That is a really fucking tough question. I'll go with Baker. I'll go with Baker there over Breeze. Traded Zeke for C-Mac. Good move. Yeah, I like that for you. I mean, you're still not gonna have C-Mac for a couple weeks, but rest of the season, I take C-Mac. Standard. I need 2. Latavius, Gaskins, Gio, James, Justin Jackson, James Jackson, or Fournette. What the fuck just happened? I'm gonna play Gaskins and Gio there. Click that like button, people. Facts. Click the fucking like button. Click the thumbs up button. Scotty Rodriguez. What's good, everyone? My fantasy team sucks, so I don't have any questions. I love that. Need more people with that kind of energy. Why do you have Jay Cook so low when MT and Emmanuel are both out? Tanya and Rodgers over him. I actually just moved. Moved Cook up my rankings. One, again, it's because the weather and the matchup is not good at all, but I did move him up. I moved Richard Rodgers back now that Goddard is active. Who's the number 1 pick in redraft 2021? It's got to be Kamara. Do you still consider Zeke a top 10? I mean, it depends on what Dalton is. Low end RB1 for Zeke rest of the season. Ruggs or Rashard Higgins? Rashard Higgins. Is giving up Jamal Williams and A-Rob for Fournette giving up too much? Yeah, probably. Jamal Williams, like in this game tomorrow, might put up a bigger game than Fournette will have all year. Hey, you have Elliott, Swift, and Gordon all back-to-back in your rankings. How about would you go about starting these guys in PPR Superflex? I mean, like I would do it based on my rankings. You saw the rankings. Elliott, Swift, and Gordon all back-to-back. Yeah, I mean, was it full PPR? I would just go based off the rankings, but make sure you keep an eye on them because if Philip Lindsay's back, then Gordon's going to move down in the rankings a little bit. Flex play, full PPR. White, Mims, Aguilar, Malcolm Brown need 2. I'm going to play Mims because Brashad and Jameson Crowder are both going to be out. I'm going to play Mims. And then you need 1. Ugh, that's ugly. Malcolm Brown, Aguilar, White. The weather for LV is going to be terrible. James White, I don't hate, I guess. I actually might go Malcolm Brown there. Like, fuck Sean McVay for not giving Darrell Henderson 27,000 touches, but I think I would go Malcolm Brown and Mims. How surprised are you by Tyler Boyd? What do you mean, how surprised am I? He was like one of my fucking favorite players in the offseason. Skirt. I want to see what let me see what Tyler Boyd's numbers are right now. Like what he's on pace to do. Let's see. So he's on pace for 16. He's on pace for 110 catches, 1,180 yards. The motherfucker can't, well, probably like 1,250 with rushing, but he can't score touchdowns. On pace for like 5 touchdowns. So, no, not surprised by that. Good players do good things with good quarterbacks. DJ Dallas or Higgins, flex PPR if Dallas is the only one playing. Yeah, I'll play DJ Dallas there. Would you drop Kenyon since he's a limping bum? Kenyon Drake is certainly droppable for me if needed. Nick, need some cardio workout suggestions. I don't really do cardio ever, which is a problem because I have like a heart problem and I should be doing a lot more cardio. Cardio has always been really fucking hard for me. And I don't know if it's because I'm a piece of shit or actually has to do with my heart problem. Cardio. If I do cardio, I do hit workout. I'll do. I like to do hit workout. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I do hit workouts, like body weight movements, I don't really get the pump. Not the pump, but like I don't get the actual real hit fucking results from it. I like to do it on a treadmill. I like to sprint for like 25, 30 seconds. And then walk for like a minute and a half and do that like 6 to 7 times. But make sure you don't go too fucking fast on the treadmill, man. Because if you try to jump into a hit workout and you go too fast for the first time, like 6 or 7 sprints, you're going to pull a groin or some shit. So cardio, yeah, I'm not the guy to ask for cardio suggestions, I promise. What up, my man? Hope it's going good, brother. Hope it's going good for you, Chris. I joined late. Did you touch on Dallas Goddard? I put him into my rankings now, so if you want to check, I believe I have him as a top 10 tight end just because all the options stink. And obviously Ertz is still out. Good to see him active, but I really don't know what the snap count is going to be. They could use him just as in specialty moments, which could be a good thing. Like he could be someone who's just kind of thrown into 40% of the snaps, but all of like the red zone snaps. So I could totally see him walking away with a touchdown, you know, like 3 for 35 and a touchdown or something like that, which is easily usable in fantasy. But it's kind of like a coin flip on the touchdown thing. So your risk tolerance kind of does that. Cardio, I think, is the worst for everyone, but I woke up one morning and was 40 pounds overweight. Yeah, so the way I look at cardio is like, listen, if you're talking about weight, like cardio is simply, when it comes to weight fluctuating or losing weight, gaining weight, it's a simple fucking mathematical equation, right? Everyone has a set number of calories that will make you stay the exact same weight, right? For most people, it's between like 2,000 and 3,000, right? Let's just say 2,500 calories. They call it your maintenance calories, right? That's exactly how many calories you need to eat to stay the exact same weight, 2,500, okay? So when you're talking about weight loss, it's all just one fucking mathematical equation. 2,500, if you eat 300 calories above that, 2,800, you're going to slowly put on weight. In order to gain or lose a pound is 3,500 calories overall, okay? So if you eat 500 calories above your maintenance calories for 7 straight days, right? You're 500 times 7 days. That's 3,500. You will put on 1 pound of actual weight. Your weight on the scale is going to fluctuate every day, depending on how much salt you had the day before, how much water weight you're holding, you know, shit like that. But your actual weight is going to fluctuate. Your actual weight is going to move up and down based on, I think this is my bank right here calling, fuck, is going to move based on the calories you put in. So when you're talking about losing and gaining weight, it all comes down to the way you're eating. Cardio is strictly a tool to maneuver those calorie counts. Like you can walk on the treadmill till you hit 300 calories, and there you go. Like you went from 2,500 down to 2,200. But you could just as easily eat a fucking Snickers bar, and there goes all the calories that you just, you know, fucking took away from the cardio, if that makes sense. Sorry, I was just dropping big facts today for y'all. So it's a long game with that shit. Cardio is not, like, I always say, like, working out, putting muscle on is much better for a long-term play when it comes to losing weight. Because when you put muscle on, what it does is it actually raises your maintenance calories. It takes your body more energy to maintain the muscle. So you're actually burning more calories throughout the day. So when you put more muscle on, your maintenance calories might go up from like 2,500 to 2,650 or something like that, right? So not only are you looking better because you have more muscle on, but you're also losing weight at the same time. So cardio obviously is strictly just to burn calories. And obviously there are like cardiovascular benefits to doing cardio often. But if you're talking about just weight loss and stuff, that's the way you should be looking at it. Because once you start getting like real fucking deep and people start there's just so much nonsense out there in the world of like nutrition and health and working out and fitness. But at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to. And anytime you try to do something like way too drastic, understand that it's not going to work. It's got to be a long-term thing. And if you understand the basics, you're ahead of like 99%. It's just that all the companies out there, advertising and marketing, they pour a bunch of dollars into these things to tell you that you need this. You need X, Y, and Z. You're not skinny enough. You're not fucking fast enough. So you need these shoes. You're not this, that, the other thing. So they make everything wildly confusing. But at the end of the day, it's not that confusing. It's very simple math when it comes to it, but there's a lot of patience behind it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right. I already have Diggs, so should I play Nelson Aguilar or Beasley in my flex? Worried about doubling up on Bills wide receivers. Yeah, I probably wouldn't double down on them either. And both of those games are going to have really poor weather, so I would probably go with Aguilar over Beasley since you already have Diggs. I think John Brown is going to be back too, and we know Cole Beasley doesn't perform as well when John Brown's on the field, obviously. I have Jonnu, so I don't have to play DG. Okay, cool. What's up, big dogs? What up, Craig? What's up, Craig? It's Friday. I ain't got shit to do. Brady or Herbert? Ooh. I'm going to go with Herbert. Am I? I think that's so close. Who would I have in my rank? I feel like they're back. Fucking bike to bike for me in my rankings. I got a headache already. I think I had too much caffeine this morning already. What time is it? It's not the morning anymore. It's like 2 o'clock. I got Brady up at 5. I got Herbert at 7. So I've got Brady ahead. But like I ain't gonna blame you for starting Herbert if you wanted to. Shep or D Dot, can you ask that question again in English? So we're gonna get dubs on Sunday. Skirt. Herbinator. Hell yeah. I traded Justin Herbert away in the E-Town Get Down. And then like the next week, Ryan Tannehill and Cam Newton both didn't play because of COVID. And I was starting like Matt Breida in my super flex spot. It was terrible. I ended up trading Herbert and Tyler Higbee for Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers. So I needed it because I got Eckler and Miles Sanders as my running backs. And my Darrell Henderson's been big for filling in a running back spot, but it'd be really fucking nice to own Herbert right now with Cam being a fucking cunt. You know what's amazing? I just finished season 2 of The Boys. And Billy Butcher just uses the word cunt like every 4 seconds. It's amazing. Gets me real hyped up. You could tell he likes it too. You could tell he's like really happy about being able to use that every other word. Imagine drafting Miles Sanders and Aaron Jones in your first 2 rounds. I mean, it's kind of like one win, one tie. We just need everything was like on the way to breaking right for Sanders, man. If he didn't get hurt at that end of that long run, he'd be coming off a huge game. Would have another big game last week. Would fucking eat up the Dallas Cowboys going into the bye. Oh! I get to, it's funny. This is like 10 seconds delayed. So when shit happens, I get to watch it afterwards. I drop my camera. We all good though. Everyone tell me to watch The Boys. Yeah, you know what? I wasn't like in love with the first season. I thought it was good, but I thought it was a little overrated. But I thought the second season was fucking awesome. Sorry, D-Dot, I'll get to your question. Don't worry. The Boys, one of the best shows in years, no cap. Yeah, it was definitely a fun show to watch. Gio or Henderson. I believe I have Gio one spot ahead. Or I have Gio all the way as a top 12 back, and I have Henderson at 16. So I would go with Gio per my rankings. Shep or Aguilar. Yeah, I hate the matchup for Shep. He's going to get a lot of Carlton Davis. He's going to get a lot of... they got another cornerback on their team in Tampa Bay that's like really fucking legit too. Jamal Dean. Jamal Dean's been a fucking animal. So between Carlton Davis, Jamal Dean, I'm not a fan of Shepard this week, really. But that being said, again, Aguilar's playing in Cleveland, where the weather is going to be very, 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 very poor. Winds of 25 to 30 miles an hour. So, like, it's really close. I wouldn't fault you for starting Shep. I think he's got a tougher matchup, obviously, but Aguilar's playing in some shitty weather. Slayton, imagine, bro. Jonu or Waller half PPR. Stop that. Waller. Bad year for round one. Yeah, not a good... Oh, I would say... yeah, C-Mac and Barkley obviously hurt. Zeke's starting to do bad, but Zeke was good for a while. Devin Cook out 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever the fuck he was out for, stinks. Mixon probably never should have been a first-round pick. Sanders really wasn't a first-round pick for most people, just my fucking unappreciative ass. Godwin wasn't a first-round. Yeah, I mean, this year, like, the first couple weeks were just brutal. Or the first couple rounds of drafts were just fucking brutal. I can't wait till things get back to, like, normal next year. Better keeper, Deante or Debo? Oh, that's such a good fucking combo for next year. I would probably say right now, Deante, because there's a good chance that Juju's out of there and Deante's like really, really good next year. Josh Jacobs playing like a bum, and I drafted him first round. Yeah, he's been pretty disappointing. I have a league where like I started off 3-0, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Josh Jacobs were my running backs 1 and 2, and I'm like, let's fucking go, and now they've absolutely fucking killed me. They've been that team is so good. I'm somehow 3 and 4 in 7th place, and my roster is ridiculous. I'm gonna screenshot my team and show it to you guys. It's my wide receivers are Calvin Ridley, AJ Brown, Allen Robinson, Tyler Boyd, Deontay Johnson. So, like, legit 5 top 24 wide receivers. My running backs, Josh Jacobs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Ronald Jones, who had been awesome, Myles Gaskin, Gio Bernard, who's filling in this week, Carlos Hyde. So, like, my running backs and wide receivers are fucking incredible, but, like, none of them are hitting their ceilings. They're all, like, really good fucking players that won't score 28 points for me. It's killing me. I'm in first. I'm doing 3 redraft leagues this year. Maybe I'll just give you guys a breakdown of how my leagues are going right now, even though you guys probably don't give a fuck. I'm playing Snacks this week. Very big matchup in E-Town Get Down. I'm 6-1, second place. I'm like 10 points behind first place. I got Sanders out, Eckler out, Debo out, Terry McLaurin out, Will Fuller out. A lot of guys out this week. But I think we can still beat Snacks' fucking pathetic ass. And then the other redraft league I'm in, somehow I'm in first place. I'm 5-2 in first place. And my first 2 picks were Eckler and McCaffrey. I have no fucking idea how I've been piecing together wins. Because it's not like my running backs on the roster right now are Ronald Jones, Boston Scott, Justin Jackson, and Adrian Peterson. I have no business being in first place. I do have Travis Kelce, Tyler Lockett, Robert Woods, Terry McLaurin. I just have so much Lockett and McLaurin everywhere, and maybe that's why. Almost like I told y'all to draft them this summer. Song like that. How do you feel about Denzel Mims with Perriman and Crowder out? Yeah, I like Denzel Mims. I don't think he's really that sneaky, but you should see a very, very big target share this week. Play 2, James White, T. Higgins, or Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I'm going to sit James White there, CJ. What up? What up, Mr. Martian? Cal, what's up, Nick? Just caught the end of the live stream. Have a difficult week this week with Sanders and J-Rob, both out, full point PPR. Gus Edwards, DJ Dallas, Latavius Murray, Malcolm Brown. What is the question? Like how many, what are we doing? We starting 2? You're starting DJ Dallas if all the other Seattle running backs are out. No, we're not starting Mims over A-Rob. Jacobs or Gio or Taylor. Taylor is the one there. Jacobs and Kupp for Hill and Edmonds. Which side wins? I would take the Hill and Edmonds side there. Starting 1. DJ Dallas. Yeah, DJ Dallas. I'm assuming all 3 guys are out, so I'm going to go DJ Dallas. No, Ruben. No, Ruben. No. Start Mims over A-Rob. Don't do that. I might look stupid afterwards, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't personally do it, and I would never tell y'all to do something that I wouldn't do, except for basically every fucking time you guys are in here. All right. I'm going to jump out of here before I get 7,000 questions right before the end of it. Woods and Kupp for Edmonds. I don't fucking know. What's your team look like? Sorry, I don't mean to yell at you. Do you have wide receivers? It's a lot of wide receivers to give up for Edmonds. Playing 2, Taylor, Gio, Jacobs. Yeah, I would start Taylor and Gio in full PPR. Rest of season, Henderson or David Johnson? Yeah, give me Henderson. Rest of season. They're using him so much. So many. All right. I'm out, chair. So, look at all these look at the Halloween costumes. You see that shit? Oh, you guys can't see that. I needed to put a video. That girl was cute as hell. All right. I'm leaving. It's Halloween. It's time to celebrate. What we're celebrating, I actually read an article today about how Halloween started. It was kind of fucking weird. A long history of just weird shit. So I'm going to go celebrate some weird shit. But thank you all for joining me. Thank you for jumping into jumping into the live stream. As always, if you want to be in the live stream next week, patreon.com/BDGE. Right there. You'll get the weekly rankings. You'll get the dynasty rankings. You'll get access to our Discord. And make sure you go drop that touchdown dance on Monkey Knife Fight. All right? monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code BDGE when you deposit. And we're going to bring home the 11U. 11U. I'm out. I love you. Hit thumbs up.